the race for the finals continues, and out at VFL Park the game is like a final for the Saints and the Magpies. Last year's premiers are making a desperate scramble for the six, while the Saints, who made such a great start, have lost 3 of their last 4 matches and are in danger of slipping out of the six. It's also do or die at Princes Park. Every week now it's a final for Melbourne, while the enigmatic Blues will be desperate to end the Demons' run. It's all coming your way on AFL Today.
And a very good evening, everyone. Welcome once again to AFL Today on this wintry old night, the sort of afternoon where you could almost hear the hamstrings pinging from the back of the stand. But we've got 2 great games, so I hope you're nice and warm, can settle back, relax and enjoy some great football. Out to Princes Park and also out to VFL Park. First up, out to Princes Park for the clash between Carlton and Melbourne. The Blues, incidentally, today were going for their 100th win against Melbourne. The Demons, on the other hand, on a bit of a roll at the moment, and Carlton would have been very upset after losing last week to the Brisbane Bears. Let's have a look first up at some of the highlights of the first 3 quarters of this game at Princes Park.
Line going to ground. Beveridge squeezes it beautifully to Jakovic. Really good kick that by Beveridge. 32 goals this season, most of them in the last 5 matches. Drop punt. And he's got it. Madden sits and waits. Bennett over the back. Beveridge taken by Obst. Jakovic again the target. Kernahan tries to go with him. Oh, that's a good mark. It's really added some sparkle to this Melbourne forward line. Drop punt. And he's kicked it through.
Bryce fisting away from Dorotic. Meldrum inside the 50. 40 metres out, chips it across, and Phillips has taken the mark. He plays onto Arceri. Arceri goes goalward, and Carlton get there first. Spalding's hand pass, awkward, but Dyson controlled it eventually. Runs through the middle, goes looking for Jakovic on the lead once more. Kernahan almost a clever mark, but he fell over. 2 Melbourne players standing initially. Lyon gets it across to Jakovic, who kicks a great goal, his 3rd.
Ratton, who played the loose man in the fence, sat and waited, and it didn't come off. Beveridge's handball to Dyson, who breaks the Deruri tackle, then kicks it to an open goal square, and it runs and runs through for a goal.
Ratton just inside the 50. Floats a high kick back towards centre-half forward. Satori, good grab. Melbourne getting the first of the term into the breeze. Satori starts at the left, it bends back on the breeze, it's a goal.
Good tackle by Carlton then. Melbourne get it back though. Jakovic. A couple of big, deep breaths. Gets the right line and drop punts the ball straight through the middle.
Obst, close to the boundary line, does well. Obst runs to 40 metres out, centering kick, Jakovic. So Jakovic kicking at his 5th goal before half-time here at Princes Park, and he's got it.
Chance for the Blues. Satori the target. Oh, courage there by Bryce. O'Sullivan, well, that's very poor, but it is a goal.
Long kick towards half-forward. Lyon and Dean. Dean almost a superb mark, but Lyon comes away with it. Down towards Jakovic, it clears he and his marker and bounces through for a goal.
Dorotic calling for it in the pocket. He kicks it towards Dorotic. Satori there as well. Dorotic, now Satori to kick a goal.
Lyon again, superb individual effort, centering kick. Jakovic is favoured by the kick, takes the mark, plays on, kicks his 6th.
Yes, Mr. Jakovic, the difference early on in this game as Melbourne leading 9-10-64. 20-point leaders over Carlton, 6-8-44 at 3/4 time. So it was going to be very important for Carlton if they were going to be in this game. They had to get early goals at the start of the last quarter. That's where we go now. Let's join our commentators for the opening bounce of the final term at Princes Park.
The start of the final term, the Demons lead it by 20 points. After a very competitive 3rd quarter. Obst, Eichhold, this is Dyson, runs towards half-forward, Jakovic on the lead, great mark. He really had to stretch for that one. He had 5 to half-time, kicked a late goal in the 3rd quarter. So he's going at 7 here. really is in form. Alan Jakovic will kick from about 30 metres out. Strong cross breeze right to left. He is sheltered by the Carlton Social Club. Not bad. Just too far. Misses to the far side. But Melbourne increased their lead. It's out to 21 points now. David Kernahan to kick it in. Straight down the middle. Madden's the target. Knocks it forward. Phillips held.
Free kick. 15-5 for Phillips today. Kick number 16. Dorotic's target, and just falls into his arms in the end. John Dorotic has taken 7 marks short. Stephen Kernahan, oh, lovely kick. Well, without putting too much pressure on Kernahan, because it's not an easy kick, this is imperative that he scores. Must goal here. He's kicked 1-1. He's had a quiet day. He had a long run on the ball in the third quarter. And unfortunately for him, when he was on the ball, Melbourne got on top. And Madden was off the ground. And he's kicked it very poorly. And out on the full. So not a good result for Kernahan or Carlton. They've got to make the most of each and every one of their attacks in this last quarter. Yates, who started well. In the back pocket. Obbs wants it short. Yates with a high one. Up to half-back. Steins is always in the centre, but Gary Lyon at the back. Bounce beat Obbs there. Gets it back to Jay Viney, who came on after half-time. Clark couldn't take it. Yates ran into trouble in the end. His handball wide. And some untidy football by Melbourne, but they got away with it. Obbs and Bradley. And a fair bit of that going on for a bit of the day between the two. Amazing. I wonder if they know they're on telly at the moment.
I don't think so. It was tit for tat. Scored the fight about even. There's the throw in. Tingay. Todd Viney towards centre wing. Madden worked under the ball. Unfairly, says the umpire. Gary Lyon on report. Madden. Got it to Hannah. This is David Kernahan in space. Not a good kick though. Just past centre. Bassett. Gutsy mark. Bassett plays on by hand to the Rui. Inside the centre square. He kicks down towards full forward. Great mark, Kernahan. Terrific mark. Well held for the best part of the afternoon by Earl Spalding, but that time really backing himself against the ball and raking it in. So his second chance in this term. Closer in this time. He'll kick from about 25 metres out. Anything beyond about 35 metres is very tough at this exposed end of the ground. The Blues whipping across. Kernahan, a study in concentration. The Blues want this one. Looks good. He's got it. His second.
What makes the Magna a real winner is that it's a totally integrated engineering package that works well, looks good, is relaxing to drive, and is sensibly priced. You can't ask for more. The car has all the inherent style, the dynamic sophistication, and the package size commands the success it so richly deserves.
We've just located another case of abuse. Follow me. This sort of thing happens when you get involved with people you don't know, people you can't trust. People who treat cars like this. But here at BP Car Care, you know who you're dealing with. Every time your local BP Car Care man does a job, he puts his name on the line. Now you can fight car abuse wherever you see the BP Car Care sign.
BP, on the move.
The days are grey, the nights are long, so turn it on,
Can you stop when you really have to? Better see Checkpoint for their $95 two-wheel brake reline offer. There's no safer, cheaper way to get your brakes working properly. And you get a full 12-month, 20,000-kilometer nationwide warranty. The $95 brake reline offer from Checkpoint. If you haven't seen us, what's stopping you?
Excuse me, they're twisties, aren't they? Jerry! Yes, you, they're twisties, right? I thought so. May I?
Oh, gosh. Jerry!
What do you think of the movie?
I don't believe it's happening.
It is.
Life's pretty straight without twisties.
7, 8, 9, 11, 50 to 65. Madden and Steins. Madden clearly. Todd Viney. Left foot to centre-half forward, Bennett in front. Djakovic one out on the goal square with Sexton. Bennett goes wide to Lyon, who chip it to the pocket. Oh, Clark got a bad bounce, but didn't read it too well either. Round the body by Meldrum, only as far as Jay Viney, or Dyson, I should say. A little alike with the long sleeves. Dyson's kicked the full forward. And Sexton went up and took a good mark. It's been a terrific duel after half-time between this man Sexton and Djakovic, who's been a star again today. Bradley should take it, misses it, and then well tackled by Obst. Dorotic, poor handball, Gary Lyon. Dean loses it in the end. Clark gives it up to Phillips. Nice handball to Bradley, socks down. Gets a lot of distance, Bradley. Arceri and Yates. Good contest. Little gift to Jay Viney, run down. Good tackle, Arceri. Stretch. Again, a good tackle, O'Sullivan. Road gone. Holding it? No. Holding on to it. 3 great tackles by Carlton. None of them rewarded, except that they've kept the footy there and may have some momentum up.
Very stiff there, Carlton. Twice. Here's the ball up. Steins gets it down. James stands up in the tackle to Bradley towards full forward and Kernahan. And they call it against Kernahan. Umpire Sheehan goes across, indicating over the shoulder, and Spalding will get the free. So nothing doing for Carlton on their half-forward line, but Melbourne get a free deep in their defensive area. Spalding goes in short. Love it. Plays on nicely. This is Rode up from half-back. Long kick towards half-forward. Clark worked out of it by Meldrum. He shows good recovery. Not a good kick, though. Obst wants to go and does. Todd Viney's got the run of it down towards right half-forward. Eichhold trying to shepherd. Bumped Bassett into the man who was carrying the ball, Todd Viney. And Todd Viney came back and did a bit to Bassett. Dean comes across. Getting a little ill-tempered down there at the present time. Don't often see that, though. The shepherd actually cannon the player into the ball carrier. This is Bradley. They need him to pick up possessions. Floats a very high one back towards centre wing. Ratton takes the mark. 23rd possession for Ratton. Gets it away to O'Sullivan.
Kernahan went out. Oh, well played, Bryce. He must have gone back onto him. And the ball staying there. So where's Spalding gone for the moment? Oh, he's still there. He made the switch, Bryce onto Kernahan.
Yep.
Steins and Dorotic. Dorotic wins it. Here's Spalding. Dyson. Drop punt, Meldrum in the good spot and takes it. Little chip pass to Arceri. Not much gain, except possession. Was that 50 metres? No. Carlton fans looking for all the umpiring decisions, not getting many. The kick to half forward, and Bryce and Kernahan. Kernahan outnumbered. Bryce takes it, squares it to Eichhold. Now Tingay will provide the run. James did very poorly there. He ran towards Tingay. He ran towards the man with the foot. He should have ran with Tingay. Now he's back there, so he's made up for it, but gives away a free kick in the back. Djakovic leads. Sexton with him and takes a good mark. It really has been The most interesting contest of the afternoon, even if it's only been for half of the match.
Sexton has been terrific in the second half. Dorotic stumps it away. This is Jay Viney. Defensive side of centre wing, high up and under, down towards half forward. David Kernahan over the top. Clark knocks it out. Dyson bumped off it well by Dean. He kept hold of it. He tied it up well enough for the Demons. 9-11 to 7-8. Just under 17 minutes remaining in the game. Melbourne 19 free kicks. Carlton 13. One down by Madden, missed by Bradley, taken by Lyon, who's been superb since half-time. Hannah on a collision course with Viney, and Viney did brilliantly. This is Eichhold in the pocket, hard against the boundary line, tugs it back across his body. Ball to no avail. It's out of bounds on the full in the right full forward pocket. And Hannah and Viney both running at that football. Neither one reneged in any way. But Viney found it first. The sort of thing that will win this match. De Rui towards the outer side. James, big leap, good mark.
Plays on quickly to Alvin. Centre half forward, Dorotic and Spalding. O'Sullivan, stretch with him. Well played, O'Sullivan. Wonderful footy for a goal. 8-8, 9-11. O'Sullivan kicks his second. Just 9 points in it.
You can do it with the Kewins, 'cause we've got a million things.
Save $10 on our entire range of famous Century car batteries. Choose from a large range of maintenance-free standard duty or heavy duty batteries. They start at just $59.95 and you can trade your old battery in for an extra $3 saving. So get $10 off all Century car batteries now. The Kewins super money savers. You can't buy them for less anywhere.
You can do it with the Kewins, 'cause we've got a million things.
This land is your land, this land is my land. From the Bayside beaches to the Dandenong Ranges, from the Werribee River all the way to Frankston. This land was made for you and me. The Seaford wetlands to Braeside parklands, all the way to the Docklands, to the Warrandyte Greenbelt, the Hillsville Sanctuary, to Werribee Mansion. Yeah. This land was made for you and me.
We've come a long way towards creating a network of open space linking our bay to the ranges. Just imagine how much more we could extend this network and develop new areas if you help too. Become a friend of Open Space 2000 and make your part of Melbourne an even better place to live. To help, phone this number.
If saving money is your biggest goal, a Westpac bonus saver account pays not just 1, but 2 percentage points of extra interest per annum. You can bank on Westpac to really kick your savings along.
Television for tomorrow with super flat black picture tube. This is the one from Panasonic.
Matt and Lucy, a loving couple who are fostering baby Jason.
Well, it looks like he fits in with the title, menagerie.
A baby who's had a hard life.
How come I can handle cats and dogs, but I'm having trouble with you, eh?
Abused by his parents.
Come on, come to Dada.
Now Jason's father wants him back.
Are you going to hand that kid over to me or not?
A Country Practice, Monday on 7.
A senseless killing.
Can hardly believe it.
A case that could destroy a friendship.
You withholding evidence about a crime.
In the heat of the night, a special movie-length edition tonight.
9-11 plays 8-8. Madden out of the centre. Towards half forward. Satori couldn't control it. Road could have almost been holding the ball. Spalding comes away with some time. Sends play towards the outer side wing. Lyon going across almost the mark to Cuthbertson. Well done by Dean to Meldrum. Towards half forward. James, away he goes. Kicks towards centre half forward and Satori. In front, timely hand from Stretch. It fell behind and Melbourne work it out. Lovett got it to Bryce. And this is Stretch. A second bounce. He's running across the ground. Back to Lovett now. He's at right half back. Kept his head well. Dyson has been impressive. Bassett, almost the intercept there. Down goes Eichel, pushing the back, says the umpire. And that was the right decision. Dyson plays on. High kick towards centre-half forward. The ball surrounded by Blues. After it goes Sexton. He sends play towards the outer side. And it bounces out of bounds. 14 and a half minutes remaining in the term. And of course, with that, the game. 9-11 to 8-8, Melbourne lead.
But Carlton challenging. Spalding having a run on the ball. Meldrum left foot round the body. Love it. Well, yes, he did hold it. It was a good mark. A lot of people would think it hit the ground, but he kept control of it. Short. Lucky for Clark. Now, Siri, be careful. You wouldn't want to give 50 away in this situation. Djakovic goes early and then goes back. Bennett. Just a little shorty by Clark to Obst. Still out of range. Again short to Steins, getting closer to range. Gained 20 metres in 2 kicks. But there's a big difference from kicking from 50 and 70. Oh. Doesn't come off. Viney puts the pressure on Alvin. Ratton stood his ground. Hannah got pushed to the ground. Good tackle on Steins. Eichel with a little one. Oh, lovely trap, Cuthbertson. Djakovic left foot. Misses. It's kicked 6-3, Djakovic. And Melbourne, 9-12, 8-8. 66-56, David Kernahan.
Straight down the middle with the kick. Back goes Madden. Knocks it on about 20 metres. James to Ratton, 2 of the young Tyros. Ratton inside the attacking 50 for the Blues. Off the ground by Road, a former Blue himself, and he gets it out of bounds in the left full forward pocket for Carlton. Peter Road has worked hard in defence today. Very gloomy here at Princes Park now. Bitterly cold wind. Ball thrown in. Satori and Steins. Satori did well. O'Sullivan kicks it very high and away from their goal. Back goes Lyon. With him Arceri. No mark was paid. Back to O'Sullivan. James in trouble. Robbed of the ball by Obst. He boots towards half forward for Melbourne. Beveridge used his body. Meldrum fell over. So did Beveridge. Kernahan battling with Bennett. Still it's Kernahan on his knees. Pushed in the back. He'll get the free kick. And listen to that roar from the Carlton fans.
It's got Phillips very short. Kernahan decides to go long to Madden. Was that a good option? Doubt it. Poor kick. Steins takes it, gives it to Jay Viney, who kicks to the space. And it rolls out. Well, can the Blues kick 2 goals and keep Melbourne scoreless? That's what they have to do in 12 minutes. It's been an interesting game, a game that's built up as the day's gone along. Madden wrestling does well to Phillips, but he really didn't have a good kick at it. He was just a little one over the line for his 17th kick, but that one pretty ineffective. Gained a couple of metres. Spalding goes this time against Madden. Steins playing a kick behind. Spalding wins it cleverly to Eichel, who kicks it very wide. Djakovic. Nice take. It's a powerful man, can kick a long way around his body, and he does demonstrate just then how far he can kick. And it's a behind. So 6-4 to Djakovic. His last 3 scoring shots have been points. 9-13 to 8-8. They're stretching it out, Melbourne, but not stretching it out far enough to be safe.
Djakovic has 6 goals this afternoon. Exciting player. Did well to stand up on the turn out there, let alone kick a goal. As it was, he kicked it behind. This is Bradley. Floats one down towards centre half forward. It hangs in the air for an eternity. Yates does well. Good mark. A loose-looking kick, but effective nevertheless. His intention was to put Viney in space. He's got space and time. Todd Viney towards centre wing and Eichel. Todd Viney 13 possessions this afternoon, well short of his normal quota, but it's not a day for that sort of football. This is Obst. Quietly effective. Just across the ground. They'll need to win this ball, Melbourne. They do. Well done by Jay Viney. 3-on-2. Dyson comes away from 50, goes long. That's a magnificent kick. I think it's home. No, it holds up in the breeze. Off hands picked up by Beveridge, who snaps. He's kicked it behind. Well, for a moment there, Dyson's kick seemed to have the carry, but the breeze grabbed it. And Beveridge, ever the opportunist, almost.
Looking for some options here. Sexton straight down the centre. Long one. Host of players fly. Bassett cleverly. Then kicks it a long way. Kernahan and Bryce. Good bounce for Kernahan. High tackle, no free kick. Well, maybe initially slightly high. Kernahan doesn't look all that disappointed. So Carlton, 2 goals behind. Melbourne have had quite a few scoring shots of late, but they've all been behinds. Yates smothered, Bryce, Tingay. Arsiri with him, might rob him too. Still Arsiri. And that would have been tough to pay that one against Arsiri because he did attempt to get it out. Obst, a very good tackler, good holder-upper of it. And he's just looking for Bradley now and finding where he is because he's his man. Steins and Dorotich. Arsiri. Alvin. Jay Viney will run it out. It's a bit like a game of chess for a moment here with Carlton just trying to set up the right move to kick a goal. 8-8-9-14 and Melbourne defending strongly.
Under 9 minutes to go. Boundary throw in. Dorotich in front. Steins working against him. Dorotich gets it down. Phillips the hurried kick. Out comes Kernahan, slipped over. Yates out of the congestion, only went about 5 metres. Dyson missed it. Phillips on his knees. Obb sliding in. Dyson emerges with the ball, but not in time to beat the whistle. So ball up inside Carlton's attacking 50. It is very dark now. Steins and Dorotich. Dorotich simply pushed him in the side. And it must be a Steins free. Although these days, with what goes on, boundary throw-ins and bounce downs, one never knows. Mistake by Stretch, well done by James. Bradley sends it back in for Carlton. Over the top, Lovett tried to mark. He should have punched. Doesn't matter. Yates tidies up. Away to Road, up from the back pocket. Hugs the boundary with a kick, and Todd Viney takes the mark.
At half-back. Floating kick that gets a lot of distance. David Kernahan getting back. And kicks it round his body. And did it go out in the full? No, touch by Viney, who says exactly that. I won't repeat it. I disagree. That's what Todd was saying. Forcibly. Yes. Now Steins, Dorotich, Arsiri and Arshold. So the Blues have used not only Madden today in the ruck, they've switched it around a bit. Arshold gets about 20 metres closer to goal. Darui, G. Spalding was a bit over the back there, but no free kick. Arsiri cleverly. Alvin. Carlton continue to put pressure on. Hannah versus Lovett. Getting back Gary Lyon, who was the important player of the third quarter. Bryce taking chances. Melbourne, oh, wonderful tackle O'Sullivan, but able to keep going. Jay Viney to Stretch. Free kick down the ground against the Blues. It goes to Bennett. Now Jakovic leads. Bennett kicks a good one. But Sexton well played. Short. David Kernahan. He'll want it to sit. Bennett's tackle good. Kernahan did get rid of it at time. And then Bassett with only one option left. And he did the right way.
Very strong tackle. That one applied by Darren Bennett. Boundary throw in centre wing. Game still up for grabs. 9-14, 8-8. Missed by Obbs behind. Bassett's over the ball. And the ball up. Andrew Obst has had a very good game today. 17 possessions, there he is. And has held Bradley to only 13. Right up there amongst Melbourne's best players, no question. There's the bounce. Satori wins it down. Ratton's got it. His 25th possession. Down towards half forward. Ball runs free behind. Yates is first back with some time. Measures the kick out wide. Intended for Clark. He's got it. Right half back. Taking plenty of time. And why not? Goes for distance. Not a good kick. Alvin. So Carlton will move it forward again. Alvin plays on. Long kick towards centre half forward. Kernahan waiting behind. Marks on his chest. This is a testing distance. Bradley goes back to the square. Kernahan goes for distance. It's bending on the breeze. It's a goal.
The stage is my life, but only part of the time. The rest I spend with my family and friends. They're the security I need to keep me in the real world, with real values.
Like Normie, we all want real value for money, and SIO's Agreed Value Sum Insured offers exactly that. It can save you thousands. Protect the value of your car with the right insurance.
And the best way to do that is through the SIO. We're here for you, we're family too, we're SIO.
SIO for all your insurance needs.
Play Trivial Pursuit at McDonald's and win!
You're looking wonderful!
So, how old do you play?
Get your game card from McDonald's, pick the right trivial answer, and scratch it!
Win one of 15 Holden Apollos, valued at over 23,000 each.
What is the core of an atom called?
Come on, dear.
Nucleus.
Oh! NYC?
Microwave! That's right! Just one of the 510 Samsung prizes valued at $250,000, yeah?
I can't cook.
Then keep playing!
Get off.
It's amazing four-wheel steering, anti-lock braking, magnificent race-bred engine, and leather seats. There isn't another car on the road to compare with the new 1991 Honda Prelude from $36,790 at your Honda dealer now.
You won't find fitter, happier, healthier dogs than these, and a lot of it comes down to their food.
Paul Robinson, breeder of champion pointers, talks about Pal Casserole.
When you open the can and pour it out, it looks just like a casserole you'd make for yourself. There's lots and lots of meaty chunks in it, lots of lovely thick gravy. It's vitamin enriched and there's no preservatives. If they get the right foods, then they are fit and happy. Pal Casserole is a healthy and hearty dog food that I can totally recommend.
Top breeders recommend Pal.
From the producer of No Way Out, Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan star in a chilling mystery that will keep you on the edge of your seat. DOA. Premieres Sunday on 7.
On Hinch Monday night, John Friedrich. Before his death, he spoke to only one man, George Negus.
I don't think he mentioned the word suicide to you.
Friedrich, who was he? What was the safety council? Why did he kill himself?
It's much easier to have a scapegoat who doesn't talk.
On Hinch, an exclusive half-hour interview with George Negus, Monday night.
Goal the difference at Princes Park. Just under 5 minutes remaining. Carlton have got up within a goal with Kernahan's third. Good tackle on Jay Viney. Todd Viney put it on Ratton. Ratton tries to squeeze it out. And that was like warfare in the trenches for a moment. And another ball up. Well, Melbourne have controlled this game for at least 75% of it and find themselves a goal in front. And very shaky ground, knowing the consequences if they're beaten. Alvin taps it forward. Meldrum to the goal square. Bryce, Kernahan, still Kernahan. Oh, good smother by Bryce. Ratton, who's played very well, trying to hold it there. Jay Viney. Shocking hand pass. I reckon that's symbolic of going to water under pressure for a moment and the ball in.
It was like a serve in volleyball, wasn't it?
Untidy and not a good result. 9-8, 9-14, 62 to 68.
Steve Kernahan's made a big difference on the forward line, just as his opposing skipper, Gary Lyon, did in the third term. He's assumed control down there for his team. This is Alvin. Pulls it back just inside the 50. Arsiri, did he have the ball? The umpire knocks him off now for holding it. Yates gets the free. Bit happening off the ball. Play on's the call. Lions away. From left half back. Boots it out wide towards centre wing. Fine mark, Eichhold. Eichhold is hurt. And he's slow to get up. Dean having plenty to say. Well, the past masters, Melbourne, are panning themselves into a corner and fighting their way out. And again, those instincts to the fore here this afternoon. Bennett up in front. Spalding an opportunity. Goes by hand to support and Clark. Back to Spalding. Open goal. Gives it to Jakovic. He's kicked it. Jakovic has 7. Well, it's a hard life to be a Melbourne supporter. They've taken this one to the brink, but you feel that goal may win it for them. They'll have a 12-point cushion now. 2:44 remaining in the game, and Jakovic, playing only his 8th game of the season, has 39 senior games, or goals rather, having a wonderful run.
I think they might make 99 for the year. I think he had 60 in the reserves exactly. So nearly the ton.
On double.
(10-14, 9-8). Surely the Demons home now. Satori in the centre. Beveridge. And a ball up. Well, Carlton will rue the decision against Arceri. A hard one on him at half forward. But Spalding and Jakovic combining to kick the goal, which should see Melbourne maintain a chance of playing in the finals this season. The Bennett handball not good. Obbs should have got a free kick and will get it. As Derui and Todd Viney get involved.
Of course, that report of Gary Lyon looms large over Melbourne's future, doesn't it, Bruce?
Yes, reported in the 3rd quarter. He really was sparked into action. He kicked a couple of magnificent goals after that and created one for Jakovic. Bennett calling for it long. And gee, Obbs has kicked it a long, long way, and Bennett will take it. Well, he asked for it, and he got it. And he responded. The forgotten man in Melbourne in many ways. His future must be clouded with Jakovic kicking all the goals, and not an orthodox centre-half forward by any means, Bennett. But he's had 10 kicks and 3 handballs. He's kicked woefully today, but this should be better, and it is. Bennett kicks.
Today's game is part of the Carlton and United Breweries 1991 AFL Premiership season.
Yes, the Demons getting home 11-14-80. Marvellous performance by Jakovic. He's in tremendous touch at the moment, booting 7 today. Gary Lyon booted 2. Carlton 10-8-68. Satori and Steve Kernahan each contributed 3. But of course, the big news to come out of the game, as far as Melbourne supporters were concerned, was the report on skipper Gary Lyon. Now, we can tell you that the tribunal hearing on that report will be held tomorrow morning at AFL House. So I would imagine that during our Sports World program tomorrow morning, we will have a result on the Gary Lyon hearing, or of course during our football coverage tomorrow afternoon. Speaking of Sports World, we'll be chatting to Bruce right after this break.
We've just located another case of abuse. Follow me. This sort of thing happens when you get involved with people you don't know, people you can't trust. People who treat cars like this.
But here at BP Car Care, you know who you're dealing with.
Every time your local BP Car Care man does a job, he puts his name on the line.
Now you can fight car abuse wherever you see the BP Car Care sign.
BP, on the move.
You can do it with the Kilwins, 'cause we've got a million things.
You can do it with 4 litres of Mobil Super XHP motor oil at only $9.45. Or take your pick from Mobil Specialty Oils. They're now just $3.95 each. Brake fluid, 2-stroke oil, transmission oil or gear oil save up to $2.30. McEwen's Super Money Savers. You can't buy them for less anywhere.
You can do it with the Kilwins, 'cause we've got a million things.
Mercantile Mutual Insurance had an unusual start to life. It was conceived by a group of astute businessmen at a match to pick Australia's first Test team. Since then, Mercantile Mutual has stood firm in the face of wars, recessions and natural disasters of all kinds, quietly, efficiently, unshakably taking care of Australians, their property and their investments. Today, with billions in well-managed funds, Mercantile Mutual is one of the strongest businesses in the country. So, no matter what the future holds, there is one thing you can be certain of. If you're with Mercantile Mutual, your future is in good hands.
The new Comfort Refill Pack takes up less space when you throw it away, leaving more space for other things. The new Comfort Refill Pack, always soft on your clothes, now softer on the environment.
Never before did a road tyre owe so much to a race tyre. Directional Ducaro from Goodwood.
Following 7 nightly news, telecast live from Football Park, the Adelaide Essendon clash at the special time of 5:30 Sunday evening on 7. Here we go with Tonight Live. It's a real happy hour.
That sounds like a gay bar in Sydney.
Oh, here's a big one coming up. It sure is, with lots of snow business. And Mark Mitchell, Ali Bowler, Glenn Nicholas, Jimone and Agro. From the snowfields, Tonight Live.
Welcome back to AFL Today, and for those of you who love your footy and maybe a particular game, I've got some very good news for you, because in Brash's stores at the moment around the country are some football action tapes that you will not want to miss. We go right back to 1966. Remember that year? Decimal currency, Galilee, and of course the Saints in the grand final. It's name a game. You just phone 008 035 665 for your catalogue, or as I say, you can pick one up at Brash's. And the tapes go back to 1966. We've got all the final series from 1987 and most televised home and away games of this season. The price just $34.95. Call 008 035 665 for this weekend, or business hours during the week. Go to it. It is a very, very good deal, and for football lovers, well, there's some great history, isn't there, in the last 25 years or so. Let's now talk about Sports World tomorrow morning. It has been another busy week, and my word, the footy season is really warming up. Into round 19, Bruce, and that top 6 still wide open, isn't it?
It's been opened up a bit today, Sandy, hasn't it? With the Saints losing, North Melbourne surprising everybody by beating West Coast. Collingwood, Melbourne keeping their chances alive, and maybe if Adelaide beat Essendon tomorrow. So on Sports World tomorrow, plenty of footy action, and the panel will be in pretty good form, I should imagine.
Speaking of action, there's been plenty in France, with the Tour de France reaching a climax. What is it, tomorrow afternoon?
Yes, getting very close to the Champs-Élysées in Paris. It's been a wonderful event. It looks like Miguel Indurain will take the yellow jersey over the line, the young Spaniard, 27 years of age. So Sevi couldn't win the British Open for Spain, or Jose Maria Olazabal, but this man will win the yellow jersey. Greg LeMond's had a fascinating tour. He's been up and down. He's been in front at certain stages. It looked like he had poisoned feet at one stage, but he's battled on pretty well. Bunyo's in second place at the moment, and yesterday's stage was won by another Soviet in Ekimov. So they're getting very close, Sandy. They've got a time trial tomorrow where Indurain could be a little susceptible, though he did win the earlier time trial, and he looks like winning the Tour de France into the Champs-Élysées on Sunday afternoon.
Actually, you mentioned the British Open, Bruce. Well, Mike Harwood couldn't win it for Black Rock, but Ian Baker Finch has certainly done us proud.
He sure did. What a great performance. I know that you were up watching it, and 29 on the first nine. We've got a story on Ian, obviously. He's still playing in America at the moment, so we'll get an idea as to how he's going there. The other big news, you mentioned Galilee earlier, 1966. I was impressed with that. Jim Bowler will give us the first look at the Melbourne Cup weights tomorrow. I can bet you one thing, Sandy. I'll give you a tip. Better loosen up. He'll be the top weight, but he won't win because he won't start. OK, mate, so 9 o'clock tomorrow.
Look forward to it, Bruce, and of course plenty of rugby union and rugby league, with plenty of tests going on in those two codes at the moment. Sports World with Bruce tomorrow morning. Well, more than 53,000 fans journeyed out to VFL Park this afternoon. This was another very, very important game. Collingwood had to keep winning and have to keep winning if they're going to keep their finals hopes alive. And St Kilda, well, they've been sitting up there in the 6 for some time, but just in recent weeks have been a little shaky, losing 3 of their last 4. As I said, it was a wonderful crowd. Let's now go to the action down at VFL Park and pick up some of the highlights of the first half.
Lehman pressuring Antrobus. The ball comes out from underneath him. Scoop back to Daniels, whose disposal often lets him down, and that's certainly a case in point, but he was under pressure. Yes. Finally picked up by Coghlan. Oh, that's through. Yes, it is a goal. Craig Kelly, the recipient. There's the shortest way home. Oh, excellent mark to Morwood. So the ball's sticking today. It's not greasy. We did have a light shower here around about 1:30. Dacos again, second mark, almost as spectacular. I'm sure you'd agree, Don Scott.
Yes, well, Kane Taylor may be worrying more about Dacos than the ball. And again, getting in front, but not having the strength to retain his footing.
Dacos kicks it goal and gets it.
It's thrown in the air again. Monkhurst taken by Wright. He gets his right foot to the ball. And did it go the required distance? Yes. Mullane takes a diving mark between centre and centre-half forward. Now he plays on, kicks it in the pocket. Dacos has got 5 metres.
Well, now he's got Davenport on him, and Davenport, they were jostling the 2 of them.
3 marks he's taken already.
But more importantly, Peter, it could be Dacos that's kicked most of the Collingwood score after this kick. Drop punt kick, looks pretty good. He's happy, Peter Dacos.
St Kilda free kick to Grant. Gee, not really the advantage. And Grant did well to get a boot to ball. Kicks up towards Gavin Brown again, who's been playing well, as I mentioned, in the first quarter. Good pair of hands. Grant. Brown back to Morwood, and Morwood marks well within kicking distance. The angle's going to be tricky, and this wind. So Shane Morwood won't need to be a long kick to score here. But with the wind, it's going to be pretty tricky. It's a low trajectory job. It's a goal. Good kick. Standing up a little bit at the last minute. Harding and Monkhurst. Back it comes to Bowie. Kicks across his body, past Tony Shaw. Here's Lockett. Can he make amends? As Robbo mentioned, he's kicked 2 behind so far. McAdam, 25 metres out, directly in front, shoots and gets it.
And as Morris kicks in for St Kilda.
Brown in front. A juggle, not played. Russell. Morwood. Kicks from outside 50. Dacos in front, yes, and takes the mark. For his third, directly in front, Peter Dacos. He doesn't miss those, and he hasn't missed that one. Then it comes to Burke. Long hand pass again. Davenport. And the Saints will get out of trouble through Russell Morris. They've gone handball crazy. Rice. Back to Morris on right centre wing. Now kicks to half forward. Kelly and Lowe, the 2 number 23s. And it goes to number 24, Jamie Turner, who applies the tackle. Scooped onto Harvey. Harvey into goal. He's chipped it short. Will it bounce through? It does. Full points.
Will it go out of bounds? The Saints need it to. Wright is there for Collingwood. Back inside 50. Short pass. Dacos has got it again.
He's doing well, Graham Wright. That's why he's by himself. That was Dean Rice.
Dacos shoots for goal and puts it through. 4 goals to Peter Dacos.
Pretty tight first half down at VFL Park. St Kilda did well early in the first quarter, but then Collingwood came back, and at half-time the Pies leading by 4 points, 5-3-33. St Kilda 4-5-29. We saw a little bit of the Macedonian marvel, but if you like watching him play, then stay with us, because we've got some sensational stuff still to come. Incidentally, congratulations to Dean Rice playing his 100th game for the Saints today. Well, the third quarter usually is the breaking point in a game. Was this going to be the case down at the Park? Let's join Peter Landy and the team now at the opening bounce of the third quarter and find out.
The third quarter from a very windy and very cold VFL Park. Collingwood leading by only 4 points. They led by 6 points at the first change. It's 5-3 to 4-5. Harding goes at it and wins it down. Russell fumbles. Harding, a quick kick, slews off the side of the boot, so Collingwood can go forward again. Manson, he started on the bench today. Towering torpedo, has been taking lessons from Peter Dacos. And there is Dacos, the man who has kicked 4 goals this afternoon. It just beats him out of bounds for a boundary throw in 10 metres from the goals.
Don't put Dacos and James Manson in the same category when you're talking about kicking ability, Peter.
Well, they kicked differently, but it was a good torpedo, wasn't it? Starcevic, who's been well held today by Danny Frawley. Francis. Morwood, who's been valuable. He's kicked one goal, but that one's not going to register a score. It's out of bounds on the full, and the free kick going St Kilda's way.
This is a very, very important quarter for St Kilda. That breeze looks as though it may have lifted a little bit, and the players are going to be tired in the last term. So St Kilda have to hang on if they're to win this match.
Ground's very heavy. Coughlin gets the front position, and that's where you must be today. He marks in front of Gavin Brown. Kicked the first goal of the match. Frank Coughlin coming in for kick number 7. To centre wing, Manson in front. Has the ball knocked away from him.
Good effort then by
boundary throw in.
By Tim Allen then. He's done a couple of good things. Just got a fist there. That certain mark, chest mark to Manson, but he just got a fist there, throw in.
Starcevic and Harding. Harding looking for the front position, finally gets it. Shaw off the ground. Coughlin, Harding, Brown again, Shaw out to Francis. Fleet of foot, kicks long up towards full forward. Oh, the mark fumbled down there by Rice. Dacos off the ground, gets goal number 5. Give him an inch and he'll take 5 miles.
Well, that's a little bit of good fortune, really, wasn't it, Peter?
Yes.
Dean Rice did nearly everything right then.
Except push the ball over the line, but it always goes in favour of good players. There's something about them, isn't it? Look,
he just couldn't keep his
good
footing.
body work actually by Dacos. He just kept the body against Rice, forced him to go wide. He just couldn't get the hand of the ball. And Rice shaking his head in bewilderment.
And that's not what St Kilda wanted at the start of this third quarter. Manson thumps it to half forward. Lehman gathers it, can't get his kick away. Shane Morwood, hand pass goes back. Russell fumbles. Critical fumble. Morris is in there. Now a chance for Lehman. Russell gives it back to Morwood. Morwood off the left foot. The pass, not bad. Dacos marks in front of Rice. Too far out to score. Off to Morwood. Into an open goal goes Graham Wright. Collingwood get another one. Graham Wright gets his first goal. And the Magpie supporters are warming up to the task here. Collingwood 7-3 leads St Kilda 4-5.
Well, it's just what they wanted. Morwood, good pass, and then follows up well, and it's good play also by Dacos. And Graham Wright coming in for his first goal. He's had an ankle operation earlier in the year. Had to get over that, and also that medial ligament operation.
And very important breaks from the centre, Don, at the start of this third term by Collingwood. Here's another one. Manson thumps it to half forward. Devonport kicks it back. No St Kilda mark to Allen. Hand pass Burke, pulled off the football. Goes wide to half forward. Lowe can't take it. Kick off the ground, Coughlin. Getting back was Turner. And Turner will kick Collingwood temporarily out of trouble towards centre wing where McAdam has marked. No, play on. Handball to Burke's advantage. He overruns the football. Kick off the ground by Williams. And Collingwood have the ball on centre wing over the boundary line for a throw-in. Burke looking for a free kick for kicking in danger, maybe. But the central umpire having nothing of that. Boundary umpire will throw it in. James Manson, as he pumped up at the start of this third quarter. Francis and Russell have a raffle. The kick is smothered by Allen off Russell's boot. And it's over for another boundary throw-in. Tim Allen, the youngster, playing his first game for St Kilda. Boundary throw-in, left half forward for the Saints.
45 plays 29. It's going to be Allen and Manson. Early in the third term, Manson wins it. Picked up by Peakett. His kick likewise partly smothered. Lowe and Craig Kelly. They've had a great battle today. Picked up by Gafer. And the Krasiska back to Gavin Brown, who's been in scintillating touch today. Whatever he's done has been good. Jamie Turner. Shaw. Collingwood coming downfield pretty quickly. Gavin Brown again. Long kick past Devonport. Dacos and Rice.
Should be paid a free kick, Dacos.
Rice finally with the hand pass. Harding. A mobile big man. Doesn't kick the ball particularly well on that occasion. Craven scoops the ball up to Burke. Burke out in front, so it wasn't the back of Burke. On to McAdam. McAdam at right centre wing. Long hand pass again. Jason Daniels clear of right. To the 50-metre line. Kerrison at the back. Got a fingernail to it, and that was all. Out the back to Kelly from Gafer. Gafer might get it back again. He does. Coughlin applies a tackle. The ball spills free. Kerrison slaps it inboard. Picked up by Turner.
Well done, Andropus.
Good tackle. And again the ball's to be won. Now it's Daniels on the end of a hand pass. And he kicks down towards Coughlin. But he's not going very far because Kerrison stands the mark. very, very windy down there. That would probably be the most windy part of the ground. Not too much protection.
It's interesting watching Coughlin as he goes back. That left arm, the bicep, or the top of the bicep, heavily bandaged. Could be a calcification in the bicep, and they really do hurt. That's where the fluid becomes hard and it hits against the bone and the muscle. Oh, it's very, very sore. So obviously that's why he's got that heavy protection.
Dr. Don Scott speaking. Thank you, Don. You need everything you can get out there today. He kicks it goal. He's kicked it well. He gets his second, Frank Coughlin, and the scoreboard showing Collingwood 7-3, St Kilda 5-5.
If there's one thing that'll test your loyalty,
G'day, Bob. What brings you out here? Oh, just passing. Oh, yeah.
it's all the power of a V6 four-wheel drive.
What do you reckon?
All the power of a 2.5-litre turbo diesel, or all the power of a 2.6-litre engine at a really good price.
Interested? Likely.
Yep, if there's one thing that'll test your loyalty, it's Triton.
When you first buy a home, you don't really own very much of it, do you? But if you have a Westpac home loan, you can own more of your home much sooner. You can reduce the term of your loan without increasing the amount of your repayments. You can even vary your loan at any time to suit your changing circumstances. Just talk to your Westpac branch about these and other ways you can own your home sooner.
You can bank on us.
The trouble with some spray cleaners is that after you've wiped up the mess, you have to wipe a second time to clean up the streaks the spray left behind. So Jif developed Once Over, a powerful cleaner with a special streak-free formulation. Now you only have to give surfaces the once over, not the twice over, for brilliantly clean, sparkling results. Jif Once Over, not twice over, because when it comes to cleaning, once is enough.
Panasonic G-Series VHS cameras. 8-time zoom. High-speed digital autofocus, 4,000th of a second shutter for the perfect freeze. They can even see in the dark and turn anyone into a regular David Attenborough. Then watch it all again on VHS home video recorders anywhere. Panasonic's compact G-Series VHS cameras.
Hey, Maria! Why is your spaghetti so easy to twirl?
Because I always give better a whirl.
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 There's no finer pasta in the world.
Give better a whirl.
It's 100% durum wheat, so it doesn't stick together.
And the textures can't be beat.
Give better a whirl.
Give better a whirl.
Give better a whirl.
Give better a whirl.
There's no finer pasta in the world.
Ask Maria.
There's no finer pasta in the world. Give better a whirl.
The city's fastest growing crime.
Insurance industry put the cost of arson in excess of $400 million. Motor cars, unfortunately, are a real problem. Restaurants, we've had a number of restaurants burnt in the past few months.
Police say the alarming rise in arson attacks in recent times is directly linked to our tough economic downturn.
A 7 Nightly News special report, 6 o'clock Monday.
2 goals, 1 kicked by Frank Coughlin. St Kilda 5-5. They still trail the Magpies by 10 points.
St Kilda try to force the ball clear. Allen leaves it for Burke. Burke's kicked to half forward. Low underneath it. Can't mark. Antrobus pushed off the football. In comes Tony Shaw. He's got it underneath. Allen. No, free kick to Shaw maybe for in the back. Ooh. And he will take it for the Magpies at centre half back. Tony Shaw hasn't had much of the football. Short pass into the centre. Krasiska gets away and kicks it long to within scoring distance for Collingwood. Rice comes out, does it well. Well done, Dean Rice. And from half back, he kicks it to centre wing. Oh, a good mark taken by Daniels. The redhead, short pass, kicks into the man on the mark. Absolutely unbelievable error. And now the advantage will be with Collingwood. Russell, caught brilliantly by Taylor. And St Kilda will get a free kick just through magnificent performance by Kane Taylor.
Gee, that was a terrific tackle. Fantastic. He was on his way, Russell.
Kane Taylor at right half back. Doesn't get too much distance with the kick low, seeing the ball dropping short, took front position and takes the football. Grubs the kick with the left foot. Gafer will look for a hand pass, gets it to Turner. His kick likewise again smothered, and they tie it up just off the edge of the square, where we will see another bounce. 18 minutes left in the third term. Allen, the Saints rookie, the last to get up. Again, the umpires electing to throw it in the air. Knock on by Russell from the tap from Manson. Good tackle down there by Taylor again. Russell's kick across the body. Harding on the end of it. Took a lot of kicks midfield.
He's going to play an important role, Harding, too, Peter. Loose man across half-back. Collingwood kicking with the win.
Not much of him, Danny Craven, is there? Kick going towards the boundary line. And Craig Kelly, I think, has just grabbed it inside. Having a good deal today with Stewie Lowe. Seems to be bleeding a little bit from the mouth. Been in good form this year, Kelly. Harvey up in a big pack of players. He's kicked a couple of goals today. Daniels again. Kicks the ball across his body towards Kelly once more. A quick kick from that player to the edge of the square. Morwood slaps the ball down to his own advantage. And
that's
gee,
in
that
danger.
was
Yes.
glad to see those paid.
Yeah, definitely in danger.
So Kane Taylor from right half-back flank. Inboard to the centre. Big pack of players down there. Gavin Brown again comes in for kick number 12. Brown, Dacos and Rice. A great battle between those two. Morwood almost picks up the loose ball. Harding down in the pack. Nothing for it. Starcevic in the goal and gets a 6-pointer. Craig Starcevic's first goal. Collingwood looking good, 8-3 to 5-5.
Well, that's his first kick as well, Craig Starcevic. He's been held by Danny Frawley. And Frawley playing him really close. But here is an interesting battle between those two because both were infringing, Dacos and Rice. But it's finally out to Starcevic all alone. He's had 3 handballs, but that was his first kick and it was a goal.
And I would think that Ken Sheldon will be a little worried because at the start of this third term, Collingwood have kicked 2 or 3 fairly simple goals. Kosiska, Turner, gets his foot to the ball and kicks it towards centre-half forward. Morwood comes in and takes a courageous mark in front of Grant. Looking to give the hand pass off. The long kick would be advantageous up towards full forward. Dacos can't mark, but he's got the football, gets the handball away. Chance for Russell. The kick into the pocket, going back with it is Lehman, but it bounces just inside the boundary line. And we'll have a throw in that left forward pocket for Collingwood.
They're playing well up the ground, the Collingwood forwards, leaving Dacos plenty of room in which to lead.
3 goals to 1 in this third term so far has given Collingwood the advantage of 16 points. Starcevic taken away by Harvey. Handball goes back to Devonport. Pass is risky. Oh, very risky. Mullane nearly dispossesses Frawley. And we'll have a ball up right in front of the Collingwood goal.
They live dangerously nowadays, players. The way they short pass it nearly came unstuck.
Ball up. Handballs by Collingwood in this third term. Morris gets his kick away. 19 to 7. Very important. Taylor kicks St Kilda out of trouble. Out to the vacant wing. Will the ball sit for Graham Wright? Krasiska and good tackle Daniels. Well done, Jason Daniels. Handball to the advantage of Lowe. Lowe with strength. Gets through. Turner. Well done, Jamie Turner. Handball goes back into the centre. Shaw. Short kick. Manson. What's he do? Gives it off to Wright. Wright kicks it to full forward. Dacos can't mark. He's got 2 against him. In comes Lehman. Lehman does pretty well in the finish to hold it in. Harding there for St Kilda, and umpire Harris will ball it up.
It's good that Harding's getting back now. He's got to be conscious of getting back and giving Rice some assistance on Dacos.
51 plays 35, 14 and a half minutes left in the term. Starcevic taps down. Well, the hand pass is rather errant, intended for Devonport. Wasn't able to take it from Taylor, and it'll be thrown in front of the small scoreboard. Been a good quarter so far for Collingwood after they led by only 4 points at the main change. It's going to be Starcevic and Harding. Out the back is Frawley. Harding pounces on it. Looping hand pass comes out past the 50-metre mark. Now Russell. Big Manson scoops it quickly to Russell. Dacos and Rice, a little nudge again. He got penalised for that earlier, not this time.
He used his hands earlier. That time he just held him out, shoulder or elbow into the back, and then went back on the ball. We watch this there, just leads him under the ball and pushes off him.
Dacos has kicked 5-1. He's now kicked 6-1.
On rough dirt tracks, it refused to become unsettled, proffering stability and predictability we normally associate with expensive cars from Germany. The new one is longer, wider, taller than the car it replaces, and boasts quantitative improvements in ride and handling. It's better built too.
We've just located another case of abuse. Follow me. This sort of thing happens when you get involved with people you don't know, people you can't trust. People who treat cars like this. But here at BP Car Care, you know who you're dealing with. Every time your local BP Car Care man does a job, he puts his name on the line. Now you can fight car abuse wherever you see the BP Car Care sign.
BP, on the move. If saving money is your biggest goal, a Westpac bonus saver account pays not just 1, but 2 percentage points of extra interest per annum. You can bank on Westpac to really kick your savings along.
For the dawning of a new age, Panasonic has taken the most advanced technology and created a new TV ready now for tomorrow. This is the one. Only Panasonic Super Flat and Black Picture Tube can promise such brilliantly clear images. Only Panasonic's new dome sound system adds such incredible realism. Sculptured like a work of art from any angle. The one to see, the one to hear, the one for you, the one from Panasonic.
Nature's Kitchen is a range of all natural baking mixes with no preservatives, in a choice of 8 recipes with no artificial colours. They taste delicious with absolutely no artificial flavours. And there are certainly no funny little numbers to hide hidden ingredients. In fact, they contain no artificial additives at all. No wonder they're called Nature's Kitchen, the most natural range of baking mixes you can buy from Defiance.
Join Aussie swim sensation Hayley Lewis and Olympic gold medalist Duncan Armstrong as the Seven Network counts down to Barcelona with a main event special tonight.
On Hinch Monday night, John Friedrich. Before his death, he spoke to only one man, George Negus.
I don't think he mentioned the word suicide.
Friedrich, who was he? What was the safety council? Why did he kill himself?
It's much easier to have a scapegoat who doesn't talk.
On Hinch, an exclusive half-hour interview with George Negus, Monday night.
57 close 35. Kick from Francisca to Dacos. Brown out of the centre. Is that a mark? Did it travel far enough? The umpire obviously says no. Sure, in fact, now looking for holding the ball and could have gone pretty close to getting it.
Gee, it's interesting, the measurements of how far a kick should go. Mullane took a mark earlier on in the game. I think it was in the first quarter. It would have only gone about similar distance to that one, and it was paid.
Must have flexible rules. Manson over the top. McAdam. In fact, almost picks up his own hand pass. Scott Russell across his body. Morris and Starcevic. It's left for Dean Rice, who gets flattened almost at the moment that he kicked the ball. A chance for Tony Shaw. Applies a pretty solid tackle on Kane Taylor. Daniels grab. Ball spills free. Craven applies the tackle. Lehman's kick wasn't going anywhere. And now Francis snares it and does well.
Francis round onto the left foot. Kicks it to within scoring distance. Dacos has got it again. Well, it sounds like a record that's been stuck. But Peter Dacos is just giving us an absolute exhibition of brilliant football in extremely difficult conditions. The difference between the two teams is this magical person here, number 35 for Collingwood.
He has these days occasionally, doesn't he?
Oh, he's a champion. And look, he doesn't make any mistake. 7 goals, Peter. What a great effort by a forward when goals have been very difficult to come by.
7-1.
Well, it was a good kick also by Francis. He kicked it long, and that's what you want, a break here. Predictable, goes onto the left foot and then goes long, and that's what a forward wants. The ball to come down quickly, and it was an exceptional mark in front of Rice, because Rice was putting a lot of pressure on Dacos.
Interesting that he doesn't take too many steps before he kicks. Manson, Harding, Collingwood will get out again. The centre breaks have been vital in this third term. Grant at half back for St Kilda. Kicks it just a little one and probably looking for touch. No one to kick it to, and it goes over on centre wing. Boundary throw and will take place. David Grant has had his hands full with Darren Mullane, and the St Kilda defence under pressure. The next 11.5 minutes, very important for the Saints.
Frawley's gone back onto Dacos.
28 points the difference. Krasiska tracking the ball to the boundary line. Did he keep it in play? I don't think so.
Well, that's an interesting move, because if Frawley is susceptible, it is on a player who can lead and is quick. He's good on fellows like Starcevic, who he had before, tall fellows who use their strength.
Manson jostling with Harding. There's a free kick, and it's going to the advantage of St Kilda. He's done a good job again today, Harding. Collingwood have the height. He's got the mobility, and there's the height we're speaking of. Kerrison takes it from Manson. Kerrison's kick to the centre wing position. Mullane and Grant do battle. Harding again needs support, goes long, kicks to half forward. And good mark taken by Turner.
I tell you what, he's played a terrific third quarter, Jamie Turner.
Thought about the hand pass, now gets the order from the umpire to play on. Kick dropping a little bit short. Lehman takes the mark inside the centre square.
Must play on quickly.
Keeping the forward line open. Dacos will be thereabouts. There he is. Gets away from Spud Frawley. Kicks it goal. Looks like number 8. The goal umpire says, yes, sir. He's kicked 4 goals this quarter, Peter Dacos. 11-3 to 5-5.
Well, the record is 11 goals by a Collingwood player against St Kilda. Gordon Coventry, he did it twice in 1927-31. Ron Todd in 1939, and Phil Carman 75. The day he wore his white boots.
Enormous to see Peter Dacos coming back.
4 goals in the quarter to Peter Dacos, and I think he's had about 4 opponents as well, Robbo.
Lehman off and Tuddenham on for Collingwood.
I think this is the important area. They've just continually broken away from the centre through James Manson. His determination, his persistence, his strength. They're just going straight at the ball. Didn't quite get that tap out. Daniels can't move it on. Now he gets his foot to the ball and kicks it wide of the pack. Russell goes to do the shepherding to give his fellow Rover the chance. Francis, kick towards centre half forward. Collingwood mark. Brown playing inspired football now, the Magpies. Mark number 6 to the champion from Collingwood in the 26 jumper. Gavin Brown hasn't quite gone back far enough from the man on the mark, but he gets good distance up to the 50-metre line. And a great mark taken by David Grant. Terrific stuff, David Grant. Has had a fairly quiet day, no one to kick it to. Now he gets his kick away, out to half back. Mark to the man in front, was it nearly to Morwood? No. Yes, it is, It's been paid. And Shane Morwood has the football. He's got Paul Tuddenham has run beautifully off the bench. No mark taken. Chance for Mullane. Oh, he crashes his way through. Tuddenham underneath it. And the umpire, no, he allows play to go on. It's forced over for a boundary throw-in the right forward pocket for the Magpies. With 8.5 minutes left, the Magpies 11-3 lead St Kilda 5-5. A brilliant passage of play by Collingwood. Dacos nearly in the back. No, kick off the ground by McAdam. Shepherding not bad. Kick by Williams. No, it's out of bounds. And fortunately for Collingwood, because Morris would have taken it away, he was back there at full back.
That's an important stat. 7 times out of the centre to Collingwood this term. The Saints just won. And Peter Dacos has been probably on the end of most of those. Starcevic and Harding, won by Harding, tries to find McAdam. McAdam picks up well, needs support. He's got it in Grant. Good tackle. Tuddenham has just come onto the ground. The umpire says a stalemate. And as you can no doubt hear, fans not entirely agreeing with that decision.
He was in a great spot though, the umpire, just right opposite the tackle, about 5 or 6 metres away.
Harding and Starcevic again. Morris, the knock-on. Mullane is on the end of it and kicks just about out of bounds on the full. The boundary umpire's given him the benefit of the doubt. A real line ball, that one, literally.
Well, the boundary umpire was looking at the goal umpire for assistance.
It looks as like we won't get a draw this time after the thriller at Moorabbin in round 4. Starcevic taps the ball away, then gets it back again, heaves it out to Francis, who has to kick hurriedly and try to hook it back, and a good mark taken by Harvey. He was nearly off. Tuddenham made sure he didn't go. On to Frawley, the latest opponent on Dacos. My count is 4 opponents this afternoon, and he's already kicked 8 goals, so he's had the best of most of them. Kicks to centre wing. Turner.
Played terrific, Jamie Turner, in this quarter.
On to Wright. Wright's kick looking for Tuddenham. That might be out of bounds, is it? Or has Tuddenham been paid the mark? It's the latter option. Not a good kick by Paul Tuddenham. Harding. On to Morris. He kicks from a standing start at the half-back line, and James Manson. And there he is again. Jamie Turner doing whatever tidying up work is necessary. Morwood's had a particularly good game. 18 possessions so far. And that was nearly number 19. He finally slaps the ball out. 2 St Kilda players there, though. Tuddenham beats both of them. Gets it back to Starcevic. This could be another one. Francis on to Gavin Brown. 20 metres out directly in front. Brown kicks a goal, and maybe he's missed. He has.
See, that was a bad miss there because he was directly in front. There was nobody around. A costly one.
35 points the difference, though. Just over 6 minutes left in the third quarter. A good one for Collingwood.
Yes, I'm with Don, actually. He should have, that was going to be a nail in the coffin, wasn't it, by Gavin Brown? I think he probably lost a little bit of concentration, maybe, because it was a trifle easy. Kick in by Morris, comes to this near side. Williams nearly takes the mark. Recovering well was Pekin, and the ball is taken over for a boundary throw in. Michael Gafer there as Sean Ralph Smith warms up on the boundary line for St Kilda. Starcevic doing the ruck work. Harding, teammates in the Western Australian team. Kick off the ground here by Tuddenham would be opportune. Mullane, still, good play, Harvey. Close to the boundary line. Williams, Nathan Burke in there, and the umpire will call for a ball up. Tremendous admiration for players in these conditions because it's very, very tough. Starcevic down to Francis. Played pretty well, Tony Francis. McAdam, crunch, and Francis will take the free kick. Don, what was that for?
Too high.
Francis from right half forward. Should put it to the front of the squares. Manson is making position. He's going in that direction. Marking contest. No one can take it. Saints are a chance to get clear. Harding's kick. Back out towards half-back. Coughlin drops it. He's caught. McAdam gives it away.
Man.
Russell gets his foot to the ball. Good effort by Manson. In comes Allen. Chance for Shane Morwood. Shot for goal by Morwood. Bounces through. Another goal to Collingwood.
Today's game is part of the Carlton and United Breweries 1991 AFL Premiership season.
A marvellous third quarter by Collingwood, setting up the win. They booted 7 goals, 3. Restricted the Saints to just 2 straight goals. Collingwood 13-7-85. And of course, Dacos booted 8, Morwood 3, Wright and Starcevic singles. St Kilda 7-11-53, Harvey and Coughlin each booted 2. Tony Lockett kept down to just 1 goal for the day. In other matches played today, Footscray finding a forward in Ballantyne. A good performance, he booted 5 of the Dogs 16. 16-12, 108. Too good for the Lions, 7-9-51. And Geelong having a field day against the Brisbane Bears. The Cats 24-15, 159. Gary Ablett 6, Gary Hocking 5, Billy Brownless 4, Bairstow and Mansfield each booted 2. The Bears kicked 8 goals, 10 Gastev and Shackey, and Merritt each contributed 2 goals.
Time now to check the CUB AFL 1991 Premiership Season League ladder.
And isn't it all warming up with Essendon and St Kilda both in the hot seat now. Melbourne knocking on the door of the 6 just outside, and how important is tomorrow.
Geelong will start hot favourites against Sydney at home. Geelong has lost their last 2 matches by a combined total of 3 points. They'll be out to redeem themselves. Sydney, disappointing in the last couple of weeks, will want to be saving something for the season. Yes, welcome to AFL Today. First up, we go out to Waverley for the game between Carlton and Essendon. 300th match for Terry Danaher, one of the all-time greats for the Essendon Football Club. A shock for the Blues before the start of the game. Stephen Kernahan, who's one of 3 Carlton players to have played all 19 games so far this season, withdrew before the start of the match. His place was taken by David Glascott. A very competitive first half, and at half-time, not much in it. Carlton leading 7-6 to Essendon 5-5. So it was 48-35. Satori had a very good first half for Carlton. We go to replay action in the third quarter, late in the third term. About 7 minutes remaining. The Blues are a goal in front. It's 8-7 to 7-7.
Umpire Cameron, here's Madden and Salmon. Bradley gets his foot to the ball. Johnston, high, McMullen couldn't take the mark. O'Donnell, chance for Anderson, gathered by Madden. Gets his foot to the ball, now the advantage is paid. Chance for Brown, Blues should get something out of this. Phillips on the favoured left foot. Satori, chance now for Essendon to clear through Wallace. It was a good punch. In comes Matthews, in comes Glasgow. Handball back to Bassett. Further they go back. James, right foot kick by James is a floater. Carried on marks.
Good kick by
13 metres from goal.
Sorry, Robbo, it was a great kick by James there. Could have gone short to a couple of people screaming at him, but he saw Cavaillon clear in the square and got that ball on quickly with a quick torpedo. And well done.
Now Cavaillon yet to kick a goal. He's only 13 metres out directly in front, and he makes no mistake. Cavaillon's first goal, and everything that Essendon throw at Carlton, the Blues seem to have the answers at the moment. They lead by 12 points.
And there's the player in screen we mentioned. Cavillon's kicked the goal, but it's this quick kick here by James. And watch this. Torpedo going through, and a nice mark over the top there.
Five and 3/4 minutes remaining in the third quarter, and Carlton get back to 2 goals in front. With Madden against Salmon. O'Donnell. Johnston, Meldrum beats them for it, then tackle. Gets a handball away. James. Flood tries to get through. Caught in the end. Long caught. O'Donnell caught. Good tackling. Verbeek. Kransberg with him. Now Johnston. Centre wing, kicks it to half-forward to Plain in the front spot. Hannah, who's got better as the game's gone on. Justin Madden. Dorotic. She took forever. Dean, well played to Verbeek, who's got some time to kick it to Cavaillon. Salmon comes in from the side. Oh, splendid mark.
Great mark.
Should go on here. He's got James. She's taken to it forever.
Essendon player in the hands of the trainers back near the centre.
Flood. Yes, here's Satori on a lead. McMullen, Bradley will swoop on him. Gee, nearly a throw, but handball okay. Fox to Long. Still Flood coming off here. Looks like it might be a collarbone. Kickett's kick. Dorotic with a sit, and he takes the mark. And here comes Flood coming off the ground. Dorotic sweeps it out wide.
He's not well, Flood.
Verbeek. Phillips to Hannah. A great chance for the Blues. Hannah, poor kick.
Just the Essendon slight tackle on Hannah may have affected that. And Essendon rebounded back into the centre, but Dean takes a good mark. So Carlton have got the answers as Flood in trouble off the ground. Dean's kick wide to Meldrum. Meldrum's able to run on and pass it short to Glascott. And Glascott may have to steady the ship here a little bit. Forward line looking just a little crowded. Glascott now goes long. Up to the goal front. No mark taken, but surely Terry Danaher pushed out, Ross.
Definitely free kick there. And the player coming on to replace Flood is Simon Madden.
Terry Danaher looking to the right, but all options closed up there by the Blues, so Danaher just holding onto it for a couple of seconds. Now he goes straight up the ground. It's not bad either. Salmon marks, and that could be 50. No. And this could be critical. That free kick allowed to go on. Madden kicks Carlton back to centre half forward. Danaher. Oh, they're still in trouble, Essendon. Persisting with the handball. Salmon eventually gets it wider. Buick standing still, has the football. Well done, Alvin. Kick to the wing, marked by Wanganeen.
Quickly plays on. O'Donnell is target. Well played, Dean again. Gee, he's having a wonderful match to Brown, who shrugs off Wanganeen. Short pass to Matthews. Couldn't hold it. Danaher. Little kick doesn't go anywhere. Alvin. The Blues are mounting again here. Wallace good mark, as he's done a couple of times. Sweeps a handball to Salmon. Salmon through the centre. Not a particularly good kick. Dorotich. Not a good kick again to Harvey. Some wasted chances at both ends. Now the Bombers are away through Kickett. A bounce. The pass to Watson. Kernahan with him. Johnston can kick the goal. And does. A thriller at Waverley. 9-7 to 8-7. But some poor disposal there by Carlton. Plane coming off, and the Dorotich kick was awful about 2 minutes ago, wasn't it?
Well, there were 4 or 5 bad kicks, but the Dorotich one was so critical, it really was. It's finished up as a goal. Good kick by Johnson. Debuted in 87, he finished off very well. They could easily have missed that, but a critical goal.
Carlton lead by 6 points. 2 minutes left in the term. Salmon gets the tap out. Alvin from mid-air. Harvey kicks Essendon up to centre-half forward. Big punch by Dorotich. Brown stands his ground. Handballs away to Dean. What can the Blues do just before three-quarter time? Under 2 minutes left. Glascott marks. Plays on. Goes further back to Phillips. He kicks with the favoured left foot. Up to full forward. No mark. Carried on. Kick it quickly. No, he doesn't. He still gets his right foot to the ball. It may bounce through. It has. A miracle goal to Andrew Cavigon.
Ryobi's 48-piece cordless drill kit is now just $89. Save $30 on a perfect finish with a random orbit sander, now $119. And a Scorpion electro trimmer is slashed to just $139, and with a bonus 100-metre trimmer line, you save $14. McEwen's Super Money Savers. You can't buy them for less anywhere.
You can do it with McEwen's, 'cause we've got a million things.
When you first buy a home, you don't really own very much of it, do you? But if you have a Westpac home loan, you can own more of your home much sooner. You can reduce the term of your loan without increasing the amount of your repayments. You can even vary your loan at any time to suit your changing circumstances. Just talk to your Westpac branch about these and other ways you can own your home sooner.
You can bank on us.
Make tracks into your nearest gas and fuel showroom. It's the gas winter clearance, and prices have taken a tumble. With 3 new narrow cab models, we've now got canters to accommodate everyone.
Call STD on a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, any working day. Call STD on a Thursday, a Friday, a Saturday, a normal rate you pay. But Saturday night and all Sunday we get our big rates with Telecom STD. 60% off on a Saturday, if after 6 you call. 60% off on a Sunday, anytime at all.
Every single Formula One Grand Prix for the past 4 seasons was won on Goodyear Eagles. This year, the most advanced road tyre carries the same name. Revolutionary Goodyear Eagle GA for smoother ride, longer mileage and proven grip. Goodyear, we are racing to bring you a better tyre.
The Caviton goal giving Carlton a break at three-quarter time. 10-8 to 8-7. Let's go.